Hey guys, it's Cole and Taylor with the Bridge Group, and today we're going to be answering a very important question that we get multiple times a week. You probably already know what it is. It is, how is the market? And I know we do a monthly market update, and that's usually a month behind on the numbers that HAR sends out. However, we wanted to do kind of an in-depth on like what we are seeing right now as we come into the summer market, what's going on. So it really depends. That question depends on who is asking it, who is the audience that is asking that question. And I can't think of a better agent to answer that question for buyers than Taylor Goldenthal. So Taylor, how is the market for buyers right now?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, it's a really loaded question. So obviously it's who, is it a buyer, is it a seller? And then the next most important thing is where. Houston is a very fast and diverse city in a lot of reasons. Same with our real estate market. The market is very hyper-local. That's the best way I can put it. If you're in an area looking to purchase in an area that was really busy, say 2019, 2020, early 2021, it's likely going to be very busy once again. Now, if you're looking in an area that is still developing, maybe a little bit more urban, closer into town, or an area that is very heavy within new construction, it's quite a bit slower than that pandemic market. You can still get a deal. Properties are sitting on market a little bit. Overall, in the big picture, inventory is very low, but hyper-local is the best way I can put it. If there was a busy area a few years ago, it's a very busy area once again due to that low inventory. But if it was an area that's still up and coming, closer into town, there are some great deals to be had there and a lot of leverage for buyers.
Interest rates, have affected buyers in the last 8 to 12 months. How are interest rates affecting our summer buyers?
You saw a lot of people pull themselves out of the market around this time last year when rates jumped up to about 5% or so. And they said, hey, let me back out. I'm gonna wait for rates to come down, things not to be so busy. Well, unfortunately, rates are higher now than they were then. And what I've noticed, a lot of buyers have just come to terms with, it is what it is. Property values are still going up, maybe not at the rate they were previously. And let me find something that I can comfortably afford at this budget, refinance one day when they eventually average back down a little bit. You have twice as many buyers as you typically would this time of year because a lot of those leases expired and they said, you know what, let me go ahead and do it now rather than wait another year and see what kind of position I'm in then.
Yeah, I think that we are kind of at that point to where buyers and sellers, the FOMO is kind of coming to an end, right? Like sellers for the longest time said, no, my neighbor sold for X amount 15, 18 months ago. That's what I'm expecting for my house. When the craze or the fire has kind of come down from post-COVID.
Big time. I mean, people have kind of adjusted their expectations, come to reality. There's not going to be a crash, but at the same time, if you're looking to sell, you're likely not going to be shattering those all-time records. But I believe you can add some more on that seller perspective.
Yeah, if I'm answering how's the market for a seller, someone interested in, maybe knowing what their house is worth or how many days on market. So thing is that properties, it's weird. It's a weird time because we're still having multiple offers for properties. Both of the properties my clients want to put offers in have multiple offers for, and they're in the 7 figures. So go figure, right? But the thing is that right now we're getting multiple offers, but it's not the over ask that we got 18, 24 months ago. It is multiple offers, but right at asking, a little bit below, a little bit above, but it's not the craze that we saw before. So things are starting to level out into more of a normal market. Not to say if it's a unicorn property in any market, it's always going to have multiple offers. But as far as sellers, there's a lack of inventory due to a lot of the sellers today having that 2.5%, 3%, 3.5% interest rate that they received over the last 3 years. And so they don't want to part with that because if they part with that, then they're going to sell that property and get into a 6.5%, 7% interest rate. So that's what is driving the low inventory right now. And a lot of people are saying, well, housing crash, market crash, prices are going to crash. And that's not going to happen as long as we have this low inventory. And we're going to continue to have that as long as these sellers continue to hang on to their properties. We've seen a lot of our clients choose not to sell their property, rent it out, and buy something else. They just don't want to let go of that rate. So I feel like for a seller right now, we're starting to see a lot of our clients jump off the fence, and we have a lot of motivated sellers right now too. So, if you're in the market to buy a house and you see something for sale, both of the houses that we're putting offers in are vacant because they're 4,700, 5,300 square foot, and those properties are completely vacant because they're downsizing. There's just the two of them. All the kids are out. They don't need that big of a house for themselves anymore. You have a lot of divorces right now. That is pushing a lot of the inventory as well. And then, unfortunately, there are the probate cases where maybe someone died, the owner of the house died, and they are needing to sell that house. But we don't have a lot of people that are literally just wanting to, hey, I want a 1-story. I've been in a 2-story. I hate stairs. Hey, I like this house because it has a pool and I don't want to go through the expense and the trouble of building. We don't have those this summer.
The just because selling.
Right. Yeah, because they don't want to incur a higher interest rate for nothing. So yeah, that's kind of the market for buyers, for sellers right now. I hope that was helpful as far as an in-depth look from people that are in it every single day, selling lots of property, selling lots of real estate. If there's anything that we can do for you, buy buy, sell side. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help you.